Hey y'all, thank you for joining me for this 8/8 portal reading. My name is Keita. If it's your first time joining me, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I have been feeling compelled for the past few days to get with you guys to provide some information and some insight about this 8/8 portal that is now open and has been since July 26th. So I hope this message finds y'all well. I have been missing in action, as some would say. Just exploring some new things in terms of my creative expression. Really been diving into painting and art and different ways that I want to express myself creatively in alignment with this summer energy, because the sun is all about creativity and light and enlightenment. I personally have been doing a lot of energy work, and I've been missing y'all. Like, I've been missing turning the camera on and chopping it up with you guys at the frequency that I had been at one point. And so, in efforts to balance it all out and get the messages out as they come to me, here I am. And so I am going to be sharing some information with you about the basics, the fundamentals of the Lionsgate portal, 8/8 energy, its origin, and also doing a collective reading so that we can tap in to see what spirit would like us to know is our central theme as it relates to this 8/8 portal. So we're gonna get right into it. If you are familiar with Kemetic spirituality, Kemetic history, Kemetic meaning Egyptian. Egypt was named Kemet before it was colonized and named Egypt, and so we like to use its original name, which is Kemet. And if you're familiar with Kemetic spirituality and those concepts, then you may be already familiar with the Sirius star and the 8/8 portal. So the Sirius star is our spiritual sun. It's the sun that it's the biggest star in the sky, and so it provides energy to the cosmos and therefore to us, because that's a more expansive energy, right? As above, so below. So it just makes sense that if there's a sun that is our light source here on earth, then there is a sun that is the source of light and energy cosmically. And so just saw 311, that may be symbolic or significant to someone as an angel number. Also saw 316. Shout out to my brother Darius Munn, Ibaye. And so that being the case in terms of the Sirius star, it is aligned with the sun in Leo. As you know, we are in Leo season. Shout out to all my Leo peeps. Get down in the comments and let me know your presence. And happy birthday to y'all. But when the Sirius star, our spiritual sun, aligns with the sun when it is in Leo, the Lionsgate portal opens up. And Leo is represented by the lion, and lion energy is very expansive, it's confident, it's optimistic, it's very much aligned with sun energy. That's why Leo season is in summer, where the sun is out the longest. And so we are encouraged to harness that energy, to tap in where we're needing more confidence in our life, or to use that natural source of confidence that we have to step out there and get things done. Leo energy is also it governs the heart chakra, and so we're needing to do that heart chakra work. We're needing to take assessment of the health and wellness of our heart. So for those of you who are tapping in with that heart chakra energy, work with your rose energy, rose petals, rose tea, rose quartz crystal, working with different heart chakra herbs and energies and frequencies in order to do that deep energetic heart chakra work. You don't need a tool, you don't need anything outside of you. Just sit and do a body scan and quiet your mind for a second, just to pay attention to when you're still, what do you feel within your heart? Do you not feel anything? Can you hear your heart beat? When you are intentional about, okay, let me close my eyes and just picture my heart. What does it look like? Are you in it? Are you outside of it? Is it dark? Are you, is it beating fast? Is it green? For those of you who struggle to be able to identify what it is you are feeling, use the power of visualization. Envision your heart chakra as an emerald green light. And if you are intentional about visualizing your heart as a emerald green light, and you're struggling, if that light is dim, if it's dark, if it's pale, that is telling you that there's some work needed with your heart chakra, and you want to start to identify why that light isn't shining bright. For those of you who are able to see that emerald green light, and it's bright and it's blinding and it's beautiful and it's radiant, then that tells you that you've done some heart chakra work. Or if you feel, for those of you who are able to feel, if you feel love, you feel joy, a tear may come out. And when you think about the wealth and the health and wellness of your heart space as it is, then you may be in a good space. But whatever it is, there's so many things that you could do to take an assessment of your heart. I even find myself asking those whom I love and connect with, how's your heart? You know how we ask people how they doing? I find myself asking people from a very genuine space, like, how are you and how's your heart? And so we want to just do a check-in with ourselves in terms of the health of our heart, because that is lioness, Leo energy. Leo energy also represents king energy, being in your divine masculine energy, and that is not subjective to gender. Whether you are male or female, you want to assess the health of your divine masculinity, because we all have masculine and feminine energy. And so, are you exuding toxic masculine or the toxic feminine energy? Check on that masculine energy, your royalty, your leadership energy, your capacity to be an authority. What is your relationship like with authority? Do you struggle with authority figures or your own authority? Those are Leo concepts. So we checking on where we are in terms of our confidence. We're using this energy, this confidence energy, to get things done. We're getting light coach, y'all. When I tell you I've been struggling to get outside and get some sun, like on a daily. It just be so hot. In between that and the mosquitoes, baby, I can't. That's not comfortable. But I need to, you know what I'm saying? And so, needing to take a dose of my own medicine. I get out, especially if I'm out vending, but just like, I remember being very intentional about going outside, sitting a blanket out in the yard, and just being outside in the sun. Couldn't wait for it to get hot. But this is a whole new kind of heat here, honey. So I've been in the house enjoying the AC that I pay for, and I get out when I have to in the sun. Now, every now and then I will go for a walk when it gets closer to sundown. So that's something that you all can put into practice if you're struggling with the heat, like me. Wait till closer to sundown, about 30-45 minutes prior, and then take your walk, because it's usually a little bit cooler during that time. But those are some things that you want to do to be intentional about harnessing this energy, and it costs you nothing. I don't want to promote things where you feel like you got to rush out and buy something, right? However, for those of you who don't mind putting your coin in circulation and making the currency investments, you want to get you some lapis lazuli if you don't have it. Lapis is a very good crystal to work with when you are working with comedic energy and spirituality. It's great for the throat chakra and also tapping into that royalty from way back in when, that's deep within your DNA. Also working with the scam likely. Go away. The fact that even came up, y'all know I see everything as a sign. There are no coincidences. And so as I'm describing the energy of lapis, and that comes up, lapis is very much one of those crystals that's going to show you where help you to retrieve and reclaim your royalty, and where the lies that you tell yourself and that you've been conditioned to believe according to society's agenda are very much a scam. It's a lie. It's gonna show you your imposter syndrome, call it out front and center, and tell it to get the fuck on. So you very much want to work with lapis lazuli so that it can help you harness this energy and stand in your power. The Sirius star and Sirius energy is also represented by the color blue, and lapis is a very pretty blue. So you want to get you a piece of lapis. I sold my last piece a few days ago at a vendor event. As a matter of fact, I didn't sell it, I gifted it to a guy who I did a reading for, and he the energy that was coming up, it was just very aligned with needing to work with lapis lazuli. So if you're interested in a crystal prescription, get with me, because that is a service that I offer where I'm able to prescribe certain crystals to you that you should be working with or that you are already aligned with. But yeah, get you some lapis as you are working with this 8/8 portal. We have to also work with lion energy. If you have a shamanic energy or a shamanic practice, shamanic lineage, if you are significant with working with meditating in a shamanic way or healing in a shamanic way, work with lioness energy. Whether that's listening to the sound of lions roar while you meditate, I'm sure there's videos on that. Reading up on the energy of the lion, the symbolism and the spiritual characteristics and traits of the lion, roaring like a lion, like working with lion's mane and like lion's mane mushroom. Yes, very helpful to align with this energy. So then you're not only working on your heart, but you're also working to enhance your mental and repair and restore your neural pathways, which is a very big theme for the collective at this time. We are rewiring our brains. Y'all check out my sis with Sister Ruth Sheena over on TikTok. She's doing a brain training series, which I love. I have not caught all of them. I was able to catch day 7, and I'm gonna go back and watch the rest. But she mentioned neural pathways, and it really struck a chord with me, because not only have I been doing that work, but about 2 months ago during meditation, I kept hearing the words neural pathways, and at that point I had never heard of it before, to my knowledge, to my recollection. And then I started to do some research on it. But that is something that is a central theme for the collective, because for many of us, we have these mental patterns that we replay and rehearse, and in order for the vibration of the collective to change, in order for us as individuals to do our part to help change and raise the vibration of the collective, we got to change our mind state. We have to change our consciousness. We therefore then change our patterns and behaviors. And so that is part of this energy of the Lionsgate portal. The Egyptians used to use, and and probably still use the in Kemet, the Lionsgate, the Sirius star, to harness that energy and make a lot of the advancements technologically and otherwise that they made. So a lot of things at its core and foundation are the product of working with this Sirius star energy. And so as you all advance, as we advance, and as we produce and create various advancements in our various fields of work and service, we are to harness that energy as well. I think that's everything. Oh, the Lion of Judah. If you are familiar with Jesus as the Lion of Judah, that's one of Jesus' many names. You want to work with that energy as well. Christ consciousness is a major factor. So when I tell y'all, that's why I fucks with the flower of life, because everything is connected. All of it is connected and intertwined in some way. So you want to work with cultivating that relationship with Christ, and not only not necessarily Christ as a person, Christ as an ascended master, and Christ as a consciousness, to be Christed, to walk, talk, embody unconditional love. And that starts with loving yourself unconditionally. That starts with not being on your woe is me and allowing your quote unquote perceived illusion of flaws to stop you from doing the things, from showing up and from shining your light. One thing about religion that has always turned me off is that it can be very oppressive. Not many religions speak on the importance of loving yourself. It's all about your love for other people and giving to other people and outsourcing or giving out your energy and outsourcing validation. When Christ consciousness is it's internal. It's an internal journey. It's an internal embodiment. It is an internal governed way of living. And so you definitely want to embody that energy and do the work to embody that energy on your soul journey. But I think that was all that I wanted to share with you guys. And so that leads me into this collective energy read. I'm also offering readings for the AA portal, so you can either email me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com, or you can book on my Etsy shop a online reading, whether it's recorded or FaceTime session. I'm also going to start adding one card pools to Etsy, just to see what kind of traction that gets for those who would like to get some guidance or advice using a card pool. And I may do it to where you can pick how many cards and pay accordingly, but so that we can get that energetic exchange going. So be on the lookout for that as well. But there's a myriad of ways you guys can book personal private readings with me. You also, if you're local, can pull up to the various events that I vend at the various markets. And then I also host sound healing sessions, which takes me to the AA portal sound healing session that I am hosting on Sunday, August 3rd. I am going to be uploading this video on July, what's today, the 28th or 29th, one of them. But yeah, if you're interested, you can find the information on the community board to purchase your tickets for the sound bath and AA portal meditation. But right now, clear, we're going to tap in to see what message could the collective needs to hear and know about this upcoming AA portal spirit. What is it calling for from us? Because we go being intentional about harnessing the energy, but these portals, they also call something forth from deep within ourselves, within our heliacal DNA chains. And keep in mind that Sirius is the heliacal rising of the Sirius star. So know that this is DNA, cellular, soul, ancestral level healing. For many of us, we're being called forth to bring into this 3D reality, into this lifetime gifts that we had in past lifetimes, in order to create the future that we are best aligned with, but also that our Ori is supporting us to move forward in and with our higher self. And so that's important. So don't be surprised if you find, like me with painting, like that you have gifts and talents and things that you're interested in and that you enjoy doing that seem to come out of nowhere, or something you've done every once in a while becomes your passion, because that is you bringing forth those gifts and talents, whether it's singing, painting, dancing, organizing. There's a myriad of ways to express that creative energy and also contribute to the raising the vibration and level of consciousness of the collective. So let's see here. The Magician, manifesting. We are to be very intentional about the tools that we are using that are available to us, and we have limitless resources. When we think of this AA portal, we got to think about the numerology of it. The number 8. 8s represent abundance and infinite energy. Infinity. And from infinity to infinity, we have at our disposal limitless resources, limitless power, limitless skills, limitless possibilities available to us, and we are to use them. Forsake not the elements. Make sure that you are incorporating water, earth, fire, and air into your workings, into whatever it is that you're manifesting. And a huge part of manifestation is a healthy level of consciousness, a higher level of consciousness, and that is where those neural pathways that are being repaired and rewired are coming into play, because the master manifester in us is being called forward. But that being at the top of the deck, we are going from manifesting, or we are starting with this manifestation energy to create new beginnings. But let's see where it's taking us. The 10 of Cups, heaven on earth, back to the Garden of Eden, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I cannot make this shit up. For many of us, we are coming into divine union by way of what we manifest during this portal. So you want to keep that in mind. What does heaven on earth look like for you? Does it look like waking up every day at whatever time your body allows and getting up, stretching and saying thank you God, and going in the kitchen and fixing you a cup of tea, and then sitting in front of a canvas and pouring your heart out on the canvas, and then going out and showcasing that art and assurance that knowing that that image, whatever you pour from your heart, somebody's going to connect with it, and then they're going to give you the currency or make that energetic exchange with you in order to take that piece of happy home with them. The heaven on earth for everybody is not going to look the same, but it is important that you identify what heaven on earth looks like for you. Because the 10 of Cups, baby, that's ultimate emotional fulfillment. Some of you, you know who you want, you know what you want, you have the resources at your disposal, you're doing the things that are necessary to align with what it is that you want, and you don't understand just how imperative it is that you do it. You just know that we are now in a time, individually and collectively, that you can't ignore it anymore. Our happiness matters. We are not meant to be living these lives where we are repeating these cycles of heartbreak and disappointment and poverty and ignorance. And so it's time, y'all. It's time to tap into your master manifestor energy. It is time to do what is in your wheelhouse, which is all things, because you are an heir of God's lavish abundance, and ultimately you are God. So this is stepping into your God consciousness, stepping into your Christed consciousness, knowing your power, and creating your own heaven on earth. I love this for y'all. I am going to get a closing message from the Aset Egyptian oracle cards. Aset being another name for Isis. Isis being the high priestess energy within the Kemetic spiritual pantheon. So Spirit, please clarify the message that is coming forward here about this new beginning that's being manifested, that's bringing ultimate emotional fulfillment for the collective. This is very much, as I'm listening to this plane go over the house, elevation, ascension. So for many of you, you may want to tap in with and look into the concept of the Merkabah, which is the energetic vehicle that helps to protect your energy while you ascend, while you work with the Akashic records, while you travel back, whether it's during manifestation, whether it's during meditation or the dream state, to harness that energy, or shamanic journey. But whether while you do that vessel, which is a triangular shape in each direction, it spins. It's the chariot that takes you into the space where you're able to go back and get those gifts and talents and resources and bring them into the present moment. So for many of you, this Sirius star involves time travel in some way, traveling the astral plane, realizing and recognizing where you have past life connection with someone, or soul resonance, but also bringing your gifts and your talents and your spiritual gifts into this 3D reality so that you can help raise the vibration of the collective. All of that is being called forth, and you can use that Merkabah energy by way of visualization or frequencies to help protect you as you do that. But the cards that fell out clarifying the reading, going from this magician to manifesting a 10 of cups, this is a beautiful ass energy, and they fell face down. Soul healing. I told y'all the energy that is taking place by way of this 8-8 portal is on a soul level. It's on a DNA activating cellular renewal level, and it's going to show up. The work is going to take place deep within, and then you're going to see it externally in your external reality. But this is an internal journey represented by Nephthys and the number 24. And as you can see, she's illuminated with that blue light, which is represented by the Sirius star. This is also a card that has the moon image, which means that's an internal working that is working with your high priestess energy, that is going within and not distracting yourself with the trappings and everything that's going on externally. Nephthys was the sister of Isis, and where she once used her powers and her energy for negative and low vibes, she started to work with Isis to help heal on on a higher vibrational level, especially Osiris. That's that soul healing that's helping the divine masculine energy rise in this Leo season and during this Lionsgate portal. So we got soul healing and we got energy healing. Energy work is so imperative. If you have an Ankh, make sure you have that with you as you are meditating. The Ankh represents rebirth, the coming together of masculine and feminine energy. And so this is working to integrate your masculine and feminine energy on a deep energetic soul level. You got energy healing and soul healing. That's a whole lot of deep ass healing taking place for the collective, y'all. Use what you have. You don't have to run out and go get anything. Use what's at your disposal, what you feel intuitively led to, and what you have around you and access to do this energy healing. You ain't necessarily got to go out and get a Reiki session. That's energy healing. But they got Reiki frequencies on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But if you can afford to go and get the Reiki session with someone who you trust or feel intuitively led to, go get it. A reading, a tarot reading, or oracle reading can very much be a source of energy healing. And that is why I am hosting the sound bath, because that is energy healing. It is so very important that we prioritize this soul and energy healing at this time. At the top of the deck, we have Noon, Creator God. That is doubling down on this magician energy. Look at their postures. He got his hand out creating something, and he got his hand out creating something. I need y'all. And then what he's creating, there's two figures there. Kind of symbolic of what I said about the coming together of masculine and feminine energy. But whatever it is that you are manifesting, know that you are in your creatrix area, your creator area, era. You are tapping in deeper and higher into your God consciousness, where you know that you know that you know that you are capable of creating the life that you desire, the life that your Ori is leading you to, the life that you signed your soul contract to come here and live. So I love that for us as a collective. And again, just like the magician was at the top of the deck, Creator God is at the top of the deck. That's the same energy, y'all. You start with that. That is where you are planting the seed and cultivating with the resources that you have available for you. Enlightenment. This is a path of enlightenment. Blue Lotus. This 10 of Cups is an enlightening one. And at the bottom, I can't make this shit up. Underneath the 10 of Cups, the Lovers. That coming together of masculine and feminine energy. For many of you, the first time you consummate your divine union, whatever that looks like for you, be it physically with a person or the energetic work that's taking within you, it is going to be ecstasy. It is going to be nirvana. It is going to be divine nectar. You're going to feel an explosion within your body. You are becoming an entirely new being with enlightenment, shining from within. If you have Blue Lotus at your disposal, get you some Blue Lotus. Start working with your Blue Lotus. Work with your Blue Lotus teas, herbs, oils. I like to work with Blue Lotus because it's got kind of a bitter taste, but I do like to put it in tea sometime, so it's not one that I drink often, but I also like to use it in baths, spiritual baths. And sometimes I put it in my Florida water. But that enlightenment energy is you shining from within, no longer counting on that which makes you look flashy and magnetizes from without those surface level material things. No, this is you shining your light from within, because this is walking the walk. You know what I'm saying? This is walking your talk. This is knowing that you know that God is within you. So I hope the message found y'all well. If it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. If you have questions, feel free to leave them below. You can book a consultation with me as well by emailing me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. And until next time, y'all, peace.